Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Haikyuu, Season 4, Episode 10. We are on the court.
Yeah.
We don't really know anything else, but we've had a pretty awesome lead up and build up to the stage, to this court.
Yeah, last episode was amazing because it was exactly what I would not have thought it would be. We got to see what everyone was up to on like their New Year's, and then we got to see the nervous energy, but also the motivation upon arriving, seeing the sky tree, all of that.
It's like, it feels like a dream. It feels like, oh my god, we're finally here, you know? Like
like we're about to play.
Yeah, it does feel like
we're literally about to play.
We don't know who we're about to play.
I can't decide if I guess that it is a team that we've already met or it is going to be a new team. I mean, there's literally like 40 or more teams in this championship. So this tournament, I don't know. I don't really have a good feel. I would kind of hate to go against a team that we know and love first and like they lose out so early on. I want everyone that we know and love to make it pretty far in, you know, and then those be the teams that we go against for the prize and to get closer to the prize. It
could be if we do go up against somebody who we know, it could be a really good way, like an epic way to start though, like full stakes right off the bat, you know?
And like your heart's really in it, especially because you know the team, and there's also that respect element there where you know that you need to put on a good game for it to be worthy of the pain that they're going to feel upon losing.
Okay, I have a question for you. Out of these three choices, who would you rather play against? Nekoma, Bokuto, or one of the people from the camp Kaguya-sama went to?
I do want to know the play style of those characters that Kaguya-sama we've met through him and the camp that he went to. But I feel like I haven't seen Bokuto in a while.
Yeah.
And I would kind of love to see his energy on like such a grand stage.
I would as well. I think that the whole King of the Court resurgence coming back would be really nice to meet with somebody that Kaguya-sama has just spent time with.
Yeah.
So that could lead to something as well.
But I don't know, like the confidence, like if you think of Bokuto, he kind of is the leader in a way. He's like the person that they place in front when really all of them are just protecting him and supporting him. And I think that could be an interesting dynamic of like kings and leaders of the court versus Kaguya-sama and see how that would go down.
I'm so excited.
But I think we're going to see a team that we possibly haven't gotten a lot of, or if any, playtime with.
I could see that as well. Plus, like, part of me doesn't want to see us go up against Kenma and Kuro, but part of me really does. They have screen time. I just, like...
Yeah, but I don't want them to lose
I know.
So soon.
There has to be a way.
They have to lose eventually, I guess. But I'm not ready for it.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I feel like I'm a sports commentator right now for some reason. I'm just like feeling that energy right now. I feel like I'm about to commentate on this game, even though I know everything I know about volleyball is from the show.
Well, honestly, I feel the same way, but I can't really say we're going to commentate on the game because I'm going to be so like involved. If we even get the game. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, no clue.
You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh.
That sounds like some weak competition was really early on kicked out.
Encounter. It's gonna happen.
Oh no, they're gonna take that kid's bag.
Or the kid's gonna take Hinata's bag.
Oh my god, they probably have the same bag, knowing them. What would he have in a bag that he would need? His uniform?
A uniform, yeah.
Oh my god.
I can't think of a worse thing to happen.
Or their passes. Yamaguchi's gonna feel so bad. He's gonna blame himself. I never thought that we would get such a kind of normal life circumstance situation that would be holding Hinata back.
Of course this happens to Hinata.
And Yamaguchi's the one that picked up the wrong bag. He's gonna beat himself up about it. Does this mean that Hinata's not gonna play in this next game and other characters are gonna have to get them through it without him?
How do you go about getting this bag back, if at all? Oh, true.
Oh, he has his pass. Okay. Whew.
Yep, you can call.
What a mission. She's a runner. Oh, it's like when you push a kid into a pool to hope they swim.
I believe her.
This means Yachi's gonna be on the court possibly with them.
Hinata's not gonna have time to warm up. I thought they were just gonna like leave without her.
That, or I was worried there was gonna be some like neighborhood guys that were gonna hit on her. Oh my god, is this how she came to be the manager?
I love her hair.
Now we know why it's so important to her.
Ceiling.
Oh. They can go higher than usual.
Oh no. Is she gonna have to run?
You're gonna have to run.
Oh, I love that there's
stop!
Hurdle. I love it.
They're trying to make me cry, honestly.
I could see a whole anime about Kyoko running.
She's gonna like throw it to her. It's like passing the baton! Oh my god! They're seriously trying to make me cry. Headbands, okay.
Interesting choice.
Okay.
I like it.
Team we don't know, they wear headbands.
I love the Kyoko moments.
That was amazing. It feels So rewarding to be getting them now in season 4.
Yeah. Tsubakihara.
大丈夫ですって勝ちだったもんな去年の初全国攻撃を絞り込めれば対処できるはずどう10番から目を離す予想外のとこが勝ってるんだもんなそこ考えんのやめようぜ白鳥沢と当たった方が良かったかよ白鳥沢に圧勝したわけじゃねえ
They were there, they saw the game, or they watched it on TV.
Probably tape.
Yeah.
岩方当たんなくてラッキーそうそうなんか良さげに持ってくのがうまいな
It's an important skill to have.
白鳥沢隊がごめんなのは丸だけじゃないどこかの猛者を倒してここにいるあっという間に消えるかもしれない会場に飲み込まれた方が消える
They're all at a disadvantage too with this. The court's different.
Yeah.
The lights.
Karasuno most, because they didn't have last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Karadomari. Come on, Suki. Oh. Damn. Get comfortable. Warm up.
They'll probably just get better each set because they're warming up. Ooh. Not on purpose.
Honestly.
Oh my god.
I love the visual. Yeah, you will. Nice. Nice. This is awesome.
They look just like us. And Suki's not in right now to match up with them.
Let's bait them. Nice!
Half a ball too short.
Just gotta dial it in.
Oh!
Come on. Left arm.
Other arm, other... Yes!
I'll take it.
I will take it as well.
Hell yeah.
So nervous.
You're prepared, Yamaguchi.
I'm so glad he's still getting trained.
Yeah. Reset point. I love that.
I feel like that could work for a lot of different things, not just sports.
Definitely. Reminds me of like a Nekama shot.
Ooh.
Block it.
Suki!
Come on, Suki. Nice! Nice!
He had competition. He had to improve.
It's fine, dude. You got 2 important points.
Motivation and momentum.
Woo!
At least it's a morale booster for Suki, you know?
You need Kageyama to be dialed in. Love that focus pull. Cool.
Oh! Oh, this is so cool.
Woo!
They're
Get
synced
worried.
up now. Oh! The hero has arrived.
Awesome.
That's a good ending.
Okay, that was season 4, episode 10 of Haikyuu. That was a good episode. Standout for me was Kyoko. I thought her voice acting was amazing, as well as just the whole story.
I think it honestly makes a lot of sense and is so satisfying and rewarding to be kind of finally unlocking her. It's like we've just now unlocked a new character. Like, we finally get to hear a little bit more about them. Like, they've always been there, but they've been kind of like shadowed out. And it's like they took her personality and used that as the kind of idea of how they were going to let the viewer know her better. And they slowly gave you these small but powerful kind of moments with her throughout the show. Just little moments where she would say one thing and it would convey all of this emotion to everyone, where they all had this love and trust and faith in her. And she's obviously an amazing manager. We've already been seeing that. And I didn't expect Yachi to get the baton passed to her so early. But it's kind of awesome. The literal first game.
Yeah. It makes sense. I'm glad that we had last episode between Kyoko and Yachi too. It like set it up perfectly for this to hit more, in my opinion.
It's like she thought of this time period as being that.
Yeah. It makes me just like think back to like when Yachi was recruited and like how that all played out, and it makes me appreciate it a little bit more.
And if you think about it, she and Yachi basically did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They both, on their own, well, obviously Yachi learned quite a bit having another manager there to teach her, but Yachi did research into volleyball herself, and obviously Kyoko didn't have a current manager of the team when she joined, so she had to teach herself a lot. They both had no prior interest in the sport or any prior knowledge. They kind of just decided to take this opportunity because they didn't have anything else to do. Yeah. Which is really cool.
And then they've grown into like the family aspect of it and being incredibly involved, even though they aren't on the court.
Like, these aren't strangers anymore. They're close to every player.
When Kyoko started running, I was like, I hope there's road work or something that I need her to jump. And she did over the bike rack.
It was like, was that moment as cool or cooler to the moment that Hinata jumped and put the crown on the king of the court in the junkyard, you know, where it changed to her in her like running uniform?
It was so cool. I could see like a whole, I'm sure there are
like an OVA.
There are track animes, but like I thought it was so well done.
I would be surprised if there weren't track and field in like an anime with that kind of sport in mind.
We had so many different shots once we got onto the court of like the whole scene changing into like a grid like digi-destined like
so cool.
Shot. It looked really cool. It almost reminded me of like the net itself just like overlapping and becoming like a 3-dimensional like space.
It was a very great visual representation of spatial awareness.
I really liked that we got like the play to get to Kaguya-sama like through that. We don't ever really see that happen in Haikyuu. Like we see like the play out, and then that one instant, that one set or the one spike is then like changed in visual form, but the whole setup was, and I loved it.
And it's just to have that all start with him kind of having to ask the rest of the players to be patient and let him get accustomed, and them all trusting that he would unlock the court basically and understand it better and be able to sync up with everyone. I didn't even think about the fact that all of this would honestly be the hardest for him to overcome, this new court.
It makes sense to me. Like if I'm thinking about like any sport that I've played, like if if I'm on like a singular field, right? Like that is like well defined, like an indoor soccer field or something. And you know where the walls are, you know where everything is. But if you multiply that by 5 in one room and there's not the definition isn't as clear, the whole like game changes. I'm glad that we're kind of synced in. We're down a little bit, but that's fine. We can come back. Do you like this team so far, Tsubakihara?
I haven't gotten a feel on how much I like them. They seem like a bunch of kind of gung-ho guys. Like, they're excited to be playing. I haven't seen any of them kind of show me, like, a major, serious drive to win yet. But I'm sure that's just because the game just started.
Yeah.
And we're going to... as Haikyuu does, they show us this kind of emotional, pivotal moment where the stakes are so high in terms of win or loss that the other team either decides that they're going to give it all they got and that they want this with like every fiber of their being. They don't want to go home cry on the... Yes, they said, we don't want to realize that we're on the bus on the way home. And I feel that, but I feel like we're probably going to see an emotional kind of break of reminder of that in the game.
This show does a really good job of making you empathize with each and every team because they all have their own story.
I mean, they're all just like, it's not like anyone's a villain.
Yeah.
Like, you're watching a anime about a sport with a bunch of high school students. No one is truly an evil antagonist or villain. They are all just kids who like to play volleyball, and these are their teams, and they just happen to be on the rival team. Like, it's interesting that way, because obviously we can feel for them more when they walk off the court crying because they lost.
I actually really like their uniforms. Typically I'm not into like color block or like the way that they're splitting up the colors in their jersey, but I really like it.
I like it with the liberos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if we are going to get that emotional like flashback through the form of the headband. Like, I wonder if the headband symbolizes something. I wonder if it's like mandatory uniform now, or if it's like, no, this is going to be like us.
No, maybe like it's just like a team thing that one of them did it. It could be like one of those things where we get a flashback to that last Nationals game that they had played where they were all on the bus, and maybe it was a senior player who wore that headband, you know? Does I don't want to call him necessarily the main character of this team, but he's the one that we mainly are in the perspective of, and he has the black hair. Isn't he kind of drawn just like he's supposed to be the protag of an anime?
Yes, but also number 2, because we had some like good lines from him being like, well, aren't you glad that we're not playing Shiratorizawa?
Yeah.
And I was like, holy dude, that's such an important thing to have in a group dynamic in a competitive like field or match, whatever sport, whatever game you're playing, to have somebody who can reword a situation, any situation, to make it seem like it's an optimistic, positive thing.
Yeah.
It's so important.
It also brings in the fact that every team has a different defense and a different attack.
Yeah.
And they work differently against other teams. Like, obviously, they didn't want to go against Ushijima. I don't know what their kind of, like, play is yet.
Yeah.
But maybe they think that their play style would work better against Kurasuno. But he did say, as he was walking away, he was like, well, we can't underestimate them because they did beat Shiratorizawa. And I'm like, yeah.
And each team here has beaten
a powerhouse school.
Yeah, a powerhouse school. And like, it is kind of crazy true, and just like, it puts the, like, I guess, how big this event is into perspective when you're thinking that just like that, whichever team loses, they're gone. They're not going to be in the rest of the tournament. They're just gone.
It's cool because all of these teams also really deserve to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, they all had to be really, really stiff competition to get into this tournament.
I really like that we have commentators. I wonder if they have studied like each team to really understand the pros and cons of each player.
I mean, they probably need to at least know the names of the players, right?
Yeah, but he said you can definitely tell that Karasuno is playing a bit stiff. I wonder if that's like...
Because he's seen other games by them?
Yeah. You know?
Did you get worried for a second that there wasn't a cheering section for Karasuno when we were being shown the other schools?
Nah.
I was like, oh no! But then I remembered that Coach Ukai said that they were coming. They were on their way.
Yeah. That's going to be a moment when they arrive. Yamaguchi, I'm so glad that he did well. And I'm glad that we got a little flashback like to his training. And the whole focus like point is such a cool idea.
I think
Reset
it would
point.
be beneficial to use tactics like that for anything, even like if you're taking a test, anything to kind of ground yourself in reality, calm down, focus,
like zeroes you out,
reset.
Yeah.
I like that Yamaguchi's still being trained.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was still continuing, but it makes me happy to know that it is, because obviously he is now being met with more internal competition.
My biggest question walking away from this episode was if Hinata wears socks with his shoes or not, because he was barefoot in that court before he got his shoes.
My God.
And we didn't see him put them on.
You would have horrible sores, right? If you didn't wear socks.
Hey man, to each their own.
Maybe it makes him feel more like rooted to the earth or something. I think he's wearing socks.
Maybe.
They probably have to wear socks. Like, it's probably a rule.
Maybe.
I mean, like, at least for soccer, they always checked your socks and your shin guards and all that
because of
before
the
a
shin
game.
guards, right? Like,
a lot of people like to wear shin guards without socks.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's why they always checked. Because during practice, people never wanted to wear socks.
Really?
We have different soccer
memories. People just didn't wear shin guards in my experience. In my experience, you'd find like the most toddler child size shin guard so that you have like the least amount there, like, because it feels better.
Okay.
Less bulky.
They are very bulky. It's kind of like armor.
Like my shin guards, like even though like my legs are long, were like this tiny.
Speaking of soccer moves, Hinata used his head. We both thought that he was going to come at it with the other hand swinging up. But, you know, he has creative ways to make things happen.
I really thought that Yamaguchi's trainer, the name's escaping me, was going to have brought a Shimada Mart bag with him and like hold it up in the crowd. And hung it up
or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that might have been better than an exit sign.
That would have been really funny, I thought. I'm excited to see where it goes, man.
I almost think that the ending was kind of... I wonder if the title of this episode is Reset, because we had that idea with Yamaguchi.
Battle
and then
lines.
I would say at the end of this episode, we kind of get a reset because okay, now Kageyama is accustomed to the court, you know, so kind of like reset the momentum of the game, because now Kageyama is on the same footing maybe as the other team was, because they've played in this stadium and or a stadium really similar. So I think that that's an interesting theme.
I will say Suba High has one of the most serious but I like slogans that I've read in the show. Even the smallest stream can become a great river. I like that.
I like it too. Hinata using Natsu's bag. Does she know about this? Did she approve the taking of her bag?
Probably not. I almost expected to see like a quick like cutaway to Natsu like running around looking for her bag.
As soon as I heard, I think it was Yachi that was like, yeah, that's sold in the kids section. I was like, oh my God.
It's in character.
It was so in character.
I felt bad for Yamaguchi.
He, of course, would be the one that was the one entrusted with the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did you notice that Yamaguchi's phone is green?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
All right. That's all I have, you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you